5 wide. This looks rough. Fellas, what's up?
Living life. Lakers are blowing a halftime lead like they always do, and that's par for the course.
Chad did not want in, apparently. He had, I mean, with the hats on, I mean, I thought that he looked like he was ready to dive in with us, do some picks. John decided to join us tonight since John is blazing hot. Tail John Manson, as the kids like to call him. What's up, John?
Yeah, don't do it, because as soon as I have a nice week like this, I'll be 2-9 next week. So don't do it. Richie's still. I mean, I go 9-2, and I'm still like 5 games behind Richie. Like, I need 2 more weeks like I just had to catch him.
Yeah, but it's enough for me to notice, and I'm looking over my shoulder. You know, they say don't spend so much time looking in the rearview mirror. You're going to crash the car. I'm trying not to look in the rearview mirror, but I've noticed.
All right,
none of y'all have caught me yet, so
yeah. Will is undefeated. The Rev Doc undefeated. All right, this was last week. I had an ugly week. Not as ugly as Chad, but ugly.
That's why he left.
Yeah, 3-8. You're not going to stay on. So yeah, this is what it is. Here's what we got this week, fellas. Let's get to it. Let me put the schedule up so the kids at home can see what's going on. All right, I am the lone riding Queens on the road. I don't know this one, man. I Queens had a better shot quality. That's why I went with this one. I have no idea on this game.
I texted. Oh, sorry, Nick.
Oh, I say, do you have any strong convictions?
I do. I do like this game a lot. I texted Nick yesterday. I said I hate all my picks. I hate them all. And then when I was, typing up my notes today, I went, you know what? Maybe I don't hate all of my picks. Lipscomb 6-2 at home this year. Queens 2-7-1 in their last 10 against the spread. And the last time Queens had a weekend on the road, they were 0-2 against the spread and straight up. So to me, Lipscomb right there. Hey, Mrs. Manson. So I saw Lipscomb. I like the home team in a spot like this, and hopefully start the week off well. I started last week. I was like 5-2 going into Saturday, and it all fell apart. I went 1-3. It was just a complete disaster. Teams were blowing leads. Wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, Lipscomb, you guys are talking.
Oh.
By 30 or whatever it was to Liberty, then they come back and reel off a few wins in a row. So I'm not exactly sure. I didn't have a strong conviction either way. I was just kind of going with the home team.
Yeah, I thought Queens was impressive this weekend. When I watched them, they did have a sweep. So I don't know. And as soon as I made this graphic, then I saw a tweet today that the ASUN home teams are 24-9 against the spread this year. The best. So yeah, you're probably better off riding the home team, but we'll see. Hey, go Queens. All right, we're all on Kennesaw at Bellarmine. This is definitely a game. If this is a 3-point line, I will put some real coin on. I think this is probably more of like a 5.5 long shots.
Yeah, same thing. I was shocked that it was 3. I mean, we did have a consensus pick last week that whiffed. Alabama got the doors blown off of them. The game was over at the under 12, and I went double checked, and I went, yep, we all took Alabama. So sure, I mean, it looks good now, and we're saying, yeah, the line should be 5-6, but at the end of the day, it could be, which is fine. If Bellarmine wants to go and flat out win the game, I'll take the loss. I think we'll all take the loss. If it means that BU wins this game outright, I'll take the loss. So, nice little emotional hedge if they do decide to lose the game.
Johnny, thoughts on the Kennesaw Bellarmine heavyweight fight?
No, I don't have much thought on that. I mean, you would think Kennesaw would win, but and I got to watch a couple of their games. I guess it was Saturday's game. I watched a lot of that. They look really good, and that game, February 16th, is going to be a lot of fun, but we got to get there first.
They are due for a clunker. I will say that. They are due for a clunker, so I don't think it's Bellarmine. I faded Bellarmine all year. I thought that team's really bad. They've played a little better. I don't know. I did go the right way on this, though, going with the home favorite on Stetson -8. North Alabama, they've won 4 in a row, but I mean, 2 were Central Arkansas. The other were at home against really impressive 18-point win against Jacksonville, but the other one's at North Florida. I don't know. I think Stetson, I think they're going to wake up. I think this is a good spot for them at home. I think they cover that 8.
Yeah, I think I messed something up because I think Stetson's going to win the game. In my defense, I did highlight Stetson, but you do tell us to check the picks. So that's on me for not. I'm looking at my notes, and like all the notes I have on this game are like disparaging UNA, which is exactly what you said. How like, yeah, they won their last 4, but they beat no one. Stetson's 4-1 at home. But
yeah, I expect Stetson to win this game. I just thought 8 points was a little on the high side, especially with UNA playing good the past few games. But I don't trust it. I mean, I don't trust North Alabama. I mean, they can lose to anybody by 10 plus points, and Stetson certainly has the ability to pick up a win like that. But I don't like it. Don't feel strongly either way.
Yeah, don't change it either because I can't give Manson any breathing room. So just stick with Northern Alabama. I'll be fine. We'll let it ride.
I was gonna give you the opportunity. So you're okay. He is riding with North Alabama and the Fighting Tony Pujols.
See,
you can do that when you got a 5-game lead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Screw it. Yeah.
We gotta go. When are we ending this? When's the tournament start? Let's get this. Let me get to the finish line above 50%.
All right, Chad, fading Liberty, the wagon of all wagons right now, the Liberty Flames. And it's not just me. The people across the country are talking about the wagon that is the Liberty Flames. Man, Austin Peay is bad. Like, Liberty should win this by 20. I mean, you never know what happens on the road, but I don't know. I think this line's going to be a lot higher than 13.
Yeah, they're Austin Peay is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5. Also, I had for years when people said like Austin Peay, I thought that was just like their nickname, like the P stood for something until they started showing up. I'm like, oh, it's actually just P. Like I thought it stood for like Prairie View or some nonsense like that, but no, legitimately P. So, yeah, I don't think it doesn't matter what it is. I think they get just the doors blown off of them. I faded Liberty last week, 0-2, so I'm back on the train. Hand up, that's on me.
And if I may, I've heard that this is, for certain, the greatest Liberty basketball team ever. So that Chad, the Kool-Aid drinker, would fade Liberty like that is almost inconceivable.
Against P.
Yeah.
Against P.
I mean, it very well.
He was going to say something great there. I know it.
Yeah.
Fade Manson's Wi-Fi.
Say it again, John.
Yeah.
We didn't hear you. It cut out.
I said this very well may be the best Liberty basketball team of all time.
There you go.
I think we got to print a shirt that just says May. But yeah, Liberty's a wagon. Go with them until they let you down.
Liberty's been the only like ASUN team that the lines have not been almost like Bible to KenPom. Like everyone else is like almost exactly starts out there. Liberty starts out like 3 points extra. I think Liberty has a built-in the computer models extra 3 points. Go Flames. All right, a good one. Purdue at Indiana. Long shot's the only one taking the Hoosiers at home.
Strictly emotional. I hate watching Edey play basketball. How long has he been in college?
16 years.
It's preposterous. Every time I watch him, he goes for rebounds, ball hits him in the face. He's allegedly the most like productive player in college basketball. It is absolutely unfathomable. I hate this pick. I don't know why I took Indiana. My notes. I think it's going to be a one-possession game, and if that's the case, give me the points. Both games last year were one-possession games. Indiana 9-5 at home this year against the spread. I hate Purdue. I hate Edey's smug little face. Simple.
Let the big man eat. Zach Edey's going for 35 in this game and leading the Boilermakers to a win.
Ugh. How boring would Purdue in the Final Four be? Like, that's early to bed Monday night. I don't care who they're playing. If they're in the Natty, Purdue,
I I don't know. With betting being legal in Ohio, there's no such thing as a boring college basketball game anymore.
You put Purdue on the screen at 9:30 at night, and you're going to see some people want to bet early.
Oh, I can't believe I'm getting boat raced by a guy who just made a pick because he doesn't like a player. Jeez. All right. This is a great Saturday slate, by the way. Look at this.
Yeah, you went all Thursday, Saturday.
I mean, I was like trying to get some variety. Like, I can't take any of these Saturday games off. They're all great, and they're good pick games too. Kansas at Iowa State. Man, I think Kansas may be back. I don't know. Are they getting boat raced right now? I haven't even checked. But I think Kansas is better than Iowa State. I'm a little triggered after what they did last night.
I woke up to 3 separate group chats with 3 like independent groups, all like 3 different friends and 3 different group chats complaining about Iowa State blowing the 20-point lead last night. Like it was everyone was affected by it. I saw that and I went, "Oh, this is bad." I don't like the Iowa State pick now. I mean, I guess it's a positive that they're home. They're undefeated at home this year, but when you blow a 20-point lead to Texas Tech, come on.
0-8 Texas Tech.
0-8 Texas Tech. It was, I don't know if you either come back from that or that's the DVD moment of when the season turned around. But I don't. This game's going to be very interesting. Both teams are just. They could be a tie. They could be in the Final Four, or they could be out in the first week of the tournament. So it's very interesting.
Tangent on that for a quick second. I feel that way. Long shots and John and Will, anyone chime in here. I feel like this year there is not a single team that I trust to get to the second weekend of the tournament. Like normally, like I know we say, oh, there's so many teams that win the national championship, and yeah, like that's overdone. I like Houston. I thought they were a wagon, but they just lost to Temple. Alabama just got boat raced by Oklahoma. I don't think there's a single team that I say, yep, that team is for sure getting to the second weekend of the tournament.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. There's no one team. I mean, we got Virginia here, the next pick we're going to talk about, and they're another team that's been very good, but they're also been up and down a little bit, and you kind of scratch your head sometimes at some of their final scores. So it's wide open. I literally think there's probably 15 teams that have a legit shot at a national championship.
All right, the next game I went with Tech at home. I mean, they played Virginia tough. They almost feel like they had a really good chance to win that game. So I just think at home, I'm going to take them. You guys obviously disagree.
No way I'm taking the Hokies.
Yeah. Eye test.
Wow. All right. The big one, not really. I think this game is boring. I hated last year. They were playing this during Liberty's semifinal game, and like the whole world's talking about it. And I'm like, I don't care about this. It's ASUN tournament play. But UNC at Duke, I'm taking Duke at home. And the home team usually, actually, I think that's bad. I think that's the road team had a lot of success lately in this matchup. Well, you would know.
I mean, last year, UNC obviously they won that game. You were referencing the semifinal game. It was super stressful. I was at a wedding, and I had the Duke Carolina game on my phone, and I had the Liberty game on my wife's phone during dinner. It was a spectacle.
Was it a spectacle like you trying to pull this off? Like, there's no way I could pull this off.
Well, I mean, I was well behaved at the time. And she knew. She was like, both games are big. There were 2 kids behind me that were huge Duke fans. And I was just basically play-by-playing everything for them, rubbing it in their faces. It was glorious.
Richie long shots. That's it just adds to the legend every week.
Yeah.
He's always got some stories, but I mean, I don't trust either Duke or Carolina this year. I kind of, just felt 4 points in this rivalry game, regardless of where it's being played. Just kind of felt, I know it's a small margin, but I still kind of felt a little high. I feel like, these games always come down to the last second, last shot. So that's the only reason why I went with the Tar Heels. But I'd love to get Will's thoughts on this. I know he'll be watching, right?
No, I probably won't be watching. I have not followed Carolina and Duke closely since I became a Liberty student. So back in 2003. But yeah, I mean, I think Duke is a bunch of hot garbage, and I don't trust Carolina either. Like you were saying, I don't think either team. I think they're both overhyped. I think NC State is probably the best team in North Carolina right now.
I thought you were going to say the ACC.
I don't know about that, but definitely North Carolina.
A couple real quick. Nick, have I showed you the video of when Carolina beat Duke in the Final Four this year? Have I showed you that? I was down in Tampa at a bachelor party.
I've seen a lot of. I feel like you're at a bachelor party quite a bit, and I've gotten
Too
quite
often.
a few videos of that. I don't know if I get them mixed up. I would love to see it again, though.
Yeah,
so
I will send it. I took UNC very simple. The rivalry is dead. It is over. Curtains. Nothing will ever bring Duke back from the embarrassment that took place last Final Four. Fun fact, John Shire, who I said before, over his head. Do you know what his record was? Do you know what his record was as a player at Cameron Indoor Stadium? 1-3. The lights are too big for him. Carolina by 10.
Wow.
I agree with that.
Wow.
By 10.
So Richie, talk about
Over his head.
you talk about the rivalry being dead. I've heard of another rivalry that's dead. Liberty Coastal Carolina, is that rivalry dead?
Dead. You steal someone's coach in the middle of the night, so dead. They would need to beat us in like a New Year's 6 type situation. Dead rivalry. Michigan, Ohio State. That rivalry? No, they didn't play if they would have played in the college football playoffs, that would ruin a rivalry. So there's certain situations that could kill a rivalry. But yes, Liberty Coastal, dead. Burn the beat Coastal shirts.
Didn't know McKay coached at Coastal. Interesting. All right. Bet you. All right, Gonzaga at St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's is like the most underrated team in the country. I think this is a sleeper national champion team. They are like 7th in Ken Palm right now. I don't like a team that's like never gone deep in the tournament to win it all. But if you're looking at a long shot with odds, I think St. Mary's is going to win this, and I think people are going to really start putting some respect on the Gales.
They're playing well. But anytime Gonzaga's catching 6,
this is not that Gonzaga team, though. They just lost Loyola Marymount at home.
Sure. I'm going to take 6 points every day. I'm a sucker, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you, Nick. I do think St. Mary's a little underrated, and Gonzaga's still a little overrated. You know, their name, you just kind of look at them and think, they're going to take care of business, and 6 does seem like a lot. But I'm going with St. Mary's. I think they're the better team, and playing at home against a team that that has owned the West Coast Conference for 2-3 decades. They're going to be fired up, ready to take care of business here and prove that they're the better team this year. So give me the Gales. Could go wrong, but I'll ride with them.
I don't love the Chad is in my corner for this one, so I'm just going to let it ride. I'll be asleep by the time this game tips. It's like 10:30, 11:30. It's one of those late ones you sneak in there.
That's God's time for college basketball. Hey, Liberty at 8:00 on Thursday. Let's go.
Yes, and 5:00 Saturday. So we got some good things going.
Beautiful. I'll double down. St. Mary's sweeps Gonzaga this year. They win the game at Gonzaga too. Yeah, let's ride. All right, this was the Liberty game that I had a little more trouble with just because of it felt it's like that North Florida feel. Like I know Liberty is well more than 8 points better than Lipscomb even on the road, but had some bad performances in that building against teams that were much better. Do you guys think there's any trap here?
No, we just blew them out by 28? You think he's going to swing 20 points?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Lipscomb's always a scary team, and this is a game, and that's kind of been a rivalry for the ASUN, probably the biggest rival Liberty has had in the ASUN since joining the league. And unless they meet in the tournament here in a few weeks, this will be the last time the two play, maybe ever. So little interesting side note there as the two LUs go up against each other. But yeah, I mean, I just think Liberty's better. 8 points on the road, I get it, but it could be a close game. But I just again riding Liberty. They're playing so good, and I just don't trust Lipscomb. I don't trust Asana Sajala. I just don't trust that team.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I'll be interested to see how that one turns out. And then completely split on this, Kennesaw at EKU. This is fun because Liberty at Lipscomb is at 5, and then Kennesaw EKU is at 7. So if Liberty's able to get both of these wins, we could really focus our full attention on that. See if Kennesaw can finally take that first loss, assuming they do take care of business against Bellarmine. I went back and forth on this one. I just think Kennesaw's the better team. I know EKU has been really good at home. I don't know. I just went with the better team. That's I think Kennesaw's the better team.
I went with my heart. EKU, though, they are 10-1 straight up at home this year, and if this is a one possession game, they're 7-2 against the spread at home. Yes. Kennesaw State 9-4 against the spread this year, so both teams covering. However, away, not as good, 6-5, still above 500, but EKU 7-2 at home. I imagine the fans there are going to be riled up. Saturday night home game, so I hope I'm right for this one. The other one, I hope I'm wrong when they play Bellarmine, but this one, we'll see.
Yeah, on this one, I'm kind of in the same boat. It could go either way. EKU, I'll just echo what you guys have said. They've been so good at home, and we saw that firsthand about a month ago. And plus, a little bit of my heart in this pick too, because I'm gonna be watching this game, and I was kind of going back and forth. I'm like, when I'm watching this game, I'm gonna be pulling for EKU to win, regardless of what I pick. So I may as well pick it too. So yeah, that's part of that. And like Kennesaw has to slip up at some point in time, don't they? I mean, I'm looking at their schedule, and like you go game by game, I'm like, they should win every game, with the question mark being the Liberty game, obviously. But they have to lose at some point. And I feel like if they don't lose this weekend, whether it's Bellarmine, which I don't expect, or EKU, I'm not sure there's another team that's going to beat them on the conference slate, with the exception of possibly Liberty.
Well, you read my mind, John, because that's exactly where I was going. If they don't lose this weekend, I think it comes down to that game, because it's not only would they have to slip up once, they have to slip up twice because they win the tiebreaker. So if they don't lose this weekend, I don't see them losing 2 more games the rest of the way, because assuming they're beating Liberty is their toughest game remaining. So yeah, I